Today, we're going to recap the weekend, go over Monday Night Football and MLB plays, and let's cash another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Bill. Fucking done.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What is going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 771 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. Jovan, quick question for you. If you're buying tickets to go to the NFL games and MLB playoffs, shit, maybe even the WNBA. Who knows? We don't discriminate here. Where are you buying your tickets at?
I'm going to go to SeatGeek, Krabs.
2 words. SeatGeek. It's that simple, folks. If you're not buying tickets on SeatGeek, what are you doing? Start buying your tickets on SeatGeek today. I promise, guys, not just the Corp ads. I buy all my tickets on SeatGeek. It's the most fire ticket purchase app out there by far. You at least got to throw it in your repertoire and use it to buy tickets, concerts, shows, performances, if you're into that type of thing, or just games. Old school.
What about
buy your tickets on SeatGeek.
Crispy Hokies game. Now that they're back.
Wow. I will not be purchasing or spending any money on going to any Hokies games, but yes, they are back. Can we clap it up for the Hokies? Come on now. Let's go, Hokies. Still didn't cover, but they won. And Kyron Drones played great, and nobody's talking about it, as they shouldn't. He threw almost a perfect game. Yeah.
I can't let this get by because you're saying you don't think CJ Carr is good for beating Purdue, and now you're glazing Kyron Drones against Wolford.
Well, Goots, a little bit of a higher standard up there in South Bend. Would you agree?
Yes, but it's just
thank you, Goots.
It can't go both ways.
We got W Subbies coming in here from that boy Rav. Let's go, Rav. Getting involved on a Monday afternoon. Golf pass attempts, Rav says. Yeah, that should hit. We got Trot's Picks coming in. Dropping a 5-unit whale. Let's go, Trot's Picks.
Let's go,
Trot's Picks. Every time I see Trot's Picks come in here, I think of Barry Trotz, who I think was the old Caps coach, the bald guy, who I loved, and we fired for no reason. But I like this new bald guy. We have that coach is pretty good too. So we'll take it. How about them birds, Krabs? Godsynth, the most Philly, scummy way to win a game. In typical Eagles fashion there. Congratulations on your win. I still cannot believe it. Luckily, I was at Mima's birthday dinner, which took place at 3 p.m. Eastern because that's what time Mima eats dinner, and that's what time we all met up. Luckily, I did not catch that blocked field goal. If I was watching that live, I think I would have died inside, at least a little bit. Go ahead and get those Eagles chants up and moving. I cannot believe you guys won that game, you lucky sons of guns. Should have been an outright win for the Rams, which would have been huge for my Manders. God damn it. Can't believe it. I mean, one of the weirder Sundays, Jovan, one of the weirder Sundays I've seen in recent memory. A lot of blocked kicks, a lot of return touchdowns, and a lot of fluke shit. That's for sure.
Horrific
Crazy
ball
week.
All around, I would say. Just really
Crazy
bad
week.
ball.
Yep. What else, chat? What else from the weekends? McAllister for Heisman. Sure, McAllister's Deli might be a fucking stud. That's what we were waiting for right there. That makes up for 2 shit games. Unbelievable. Oh, what a fucking performance, Jovan. And what a win from your TCU.
Now you all know I just wasn't yapping out of my ass for no fucking reason.
No, he's him. Good for him. Great game. My goodness. God, you know what it probably was? Probably the triple knuck frog.
The triple knuck?
It might have been the triple knuck.
That could have been the difference, for sure.
Cannot confirm or deny, right? Hype train moving and grooving. W's, can we clap it up for a Joe Flacco win? Outright.
He was clapping loudly.
Outright. CJ Stroud might have the worst O-line ever. Yep, and they traded Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders for a couple picks.
What are they doing? They're fucking rat me.
Oof. Imagine
Nico Collins out.
You're trading your
Still
best.
at 100 plus.
Yeah, great game from Nico. a must need, as Trent would say. That was a must need, and we got it. That was a must need, and we got it. But yes, fuck the Texans.
So
Stroud, and fuck that O-line. Man, they're terrible. All right, what else from the weekend? YouTube chat. Let me hear you scream. Winky Binky, Andrew, Zachary Mower, Stephen Roshi said whoever's on the aux needs to be fired. Yep, we cannot play rap songs anymore because of copyright issues. So now you got to listen to elevator music to get your day started. Suck it up. Suck it up. We got EG69 nice. We got Andrew. We got DeAndre Tyree doing Eagles chants and celebrating, doing cartwheels and backflips over a game they should have lost. Typical Philly fashion. Look, the people down there in stinky Philly, they don't have much good going on in their lives, Jovan. They need wins like that. That's big for them. Pretty much all they have going on in their lives are those sports teams. So, you know what? If that's what they need to get through the week and have some joy in their lives and have something positive in their lives, they can have it. They can have it. They simply mean more for the, those locals down there in that stinky city where literally when you arrive and walk outside, it just smells like shit immediately.
Yeah. They're going to be splooging when for the first time in, I think, 4 years, they beat the Bucks practice squad next week.
Wow.
Splooging. Like
just
it's their
handout central. Handout central for the Eagles. And the fans are up here acting like they're putting on the show of the century. The show of the century. The Commanders are out here winning with all their backups and all their best players are getting hurt and they're still putting up 40 bombs. They're playing the Raiders. Okay, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But great game from the Mandos. Great game from the Mandos. Mariota. Gosh, how about McNichols? Everybody was talking about Ashton Jeanty, who I think had his best game. Yeah, McFucking. How about him? Everybody's talking about the Boise State Broncos legend Jeanty, right? How about the Boise State Broncos legend Jeremy McNichols? Try saying that 5 times fast. Boise State Broncos legend Jeremy McNichols. He made that personal against his former teammate. I don't know if they were on the same team, but went to the same school. How about a 60-yard run?
It's a little older.
Okay. How about a crazy 60-yard run? Gigi Najee Harris. Yep, Gigi Najee Harris. Yeah. Gigi James Conner. Not ideal on my dynasty team there. W. Sade Whiteman, though. Yeah, Gigi Tyron Tracy, whose shoulder exploded. A lot of injuries. This weekend. I don't know why I'm clapping while I'm saying that. Bad look. I was clapping for Sade Whiteman. W. Sade. Can we put Jackson Dart in now? Russ is a mega ass. I don't know what else Russ is supposed to do. Russ is still top 5 in passing yards in the NFL this season. Russ
is obviously bad, but he's not the only problem there. Russ
is not good, but Russ is not the issue with that team. The issue is you have a generational wide receiver and you can't draw up anything to get the guy open. You can't get the guy a fucking screen. What are we doing? You got one thing going for you on the Giants offense, and that's Malik Neighbors. And you can't get him the rock.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
If people watch, go back and look at the game last night. Everybody's talking about on Twitter how Russ is just spamming, fuck it, he's down there somewhere, just throwing moon balls. All of their plays, are schemed with moon balls, just straight go routes and flat routes. So, there's literally nowhere else for him to throw the ball.
Yep.
So it's he was bad. I mean, he was fucking situationally bad, but he's being set up to fail pretty much.
Trying to make something happen here on a shit team with a shit offense and shit coaches.
Yeah. Trying to make something happen. Not letting you go by without mentioning Scatterbill.
Scatterbill had a great game.
He looked unbelievable.
Scatterbill had a great game. Busted. He did. He looks like he's Hemi. Had a couple catches, had a touchdown, did a backflip. We got hella subbies coming in, Jovan. Holy smokes. We got Falser coming in. We got T-Bone Steak. 7-6 coming in, resubbing. And we got Big Baller coming in, dropping a 10-unit sub whale. Big Baller. Sure. Okay.
Let's go, Big Baller.
How about the Cowboys still not running a play of man coverage? I mean, yeah, you can combine coaches on those two teams, the Giants and the Cowboys, and you're probably still not having a feasible coaching staff. It's sad to watch. It's wasted weapons. It's like the Maserati or whatever that car is, a nice car in that shitty garage next to that trailer home, right? You guys know that meme. It's literally that. You have Malik Neighbors on your team. Get him the fucking ball, however you can. You have Dak Prescott. Obviously, CD gets hurt. Once he gets hurt, it's probably cake. So they get a pass, I guess, there. But Bears defense standing on business. We knew they weren't as bad as they've been playing. Not saying they're great or anything, but we knew they weren't as bad as they've been playing. The Bears defense is always at least average. How about Hokie legend Tremaine Edmonds? Not one, but 2 picks. Not one, but 2 picks. He's just good at football, man.
Yeah,
he's just good at football.
Granted,
How about
one of those worst throw of the year from backup?
Okay, sure.
But
the other one was good, and 2 picks from the linebacker is pretty crazy. We had Jalen Lane with a kick return.
Surprised it took you that long to bring it up.
Yeah, he might be good at returning kicks.
Yeah,
straight up, or punts. He might be him. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the recap. Here. Shout out Trent for getting a Juan Soto card. Can't make it up. I feel like I'm in a simulation. Trent wins his little break last night and buys in. He gets the Nats. Hilarious. I'm literally like, how is this real life? And then next thing you know, he gets a Juan Soto card. So W Trent there. Fire. That thing will be worth something one day when that guy's in the Hall of Fame. Bookie Robber coming in resubbing. Bookie Robber. Attaboy.
Bookie Robert.
Attaboy. Yes, and Tootin. 2 weeks, 2 touchdowns for Mr. Tootin, who's good at football as well. Needs to be said. Isn't it impressive, Jovan? Isn't it impressive how bad that team was last year with all that talent?
Really bad. Really bad.
It's actually impressive. It's impressive to be that bad. Jake Irvin needs to be talked about. Jovan, anything nice you want to say about the Nats?
Oh, I could say so many things about the Nats. Krabs, what a fucking series. And last night, or yesterday afternoon, a Jake Irvin / Mitchell Parker 3 innings out of the pen, 2-run performance against the Mets in the clutch. I mean, shout out the fucking Nats. Unbelievable.
I'm in full Nats fit today. It's not a coincidence, Jovan. Not a coincidence. I did that for you. I did that for the way they're playing. They're showing heart. You can make an argument that, maybe they have nothing to lose right now and they're playing some nervous squads. We know tight butthole syndrome up there at the dish is never good, and the Mets certainly have it right now. How about the Nats showing heart? How about Jacob Young with not 1 but 2 top 10 plays in center field last night? Jesus, man.
Never going to have to buy a beer again in Cincy, that's for sure.
No. Jacob Young. Have a fucking night, man. Doing what he does best and doing what he can only do. He certainly can't hit, but that guy could play some center field.
Damn right.
And a good guy and a glue guy and a hardworking guy. So good to see Jacob Young making some plays. If you guys haven't seen that play, Google Jacob Young or type in Twitter Jacob Young and watch that fucking play. He robbed a home run that could have tied the game in the 9th inning, and he also had the craziest catch I think I've ever seen, Jovan, in the 5th inning. That might have been the best catch ever.
That was unreal. He
kicked the ball up to him and caught it.
I've never seen anything like that.
No, that was insane.
That was crazy.
That was insane. We got Mackenzie Gore going on the local radio stations talking shit about the Nats. That should go well today. We'll talk about that today and that game today with him facing the same team he just faced in his last start, and same thing with Chris Sale. So I have a feeling we might have a play in that game. We might not be done talking about it. We've got 3 baseball games on today. Obviously, Monday Night Football, Goots Bowl on tonight. Cannot wait to hear his thoughts. And we're going to find some winners on Prize Picks. We're going to find some book winners for you guys. Very, very excited to talk about Monday Night Football. And Trent goes 5 for 6 once again on the Surge 6. Crazy. It's actually hilarious that he's gone 5 for 6 on all 3 Surge 6s so far this year. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Goat Whale Booper Bowl. Yep. Goat Whale Booper Bowl.
Not even sweating it. Not even sweating it.
We got Luch coming in hot with a resub. W Luch. Let's fucking go. All right. Let's hit the recaps. Let's do the squad rides Friday to Sunday. Holy shit. But wait, there's more. How about a 25-unit sub whale from Bookie Robber?
Screen, man. Get Krabs back on the screen.
How about a 25-unit sub whale from Bookie Robber? Come on.
When's the last
time
a
5-unit whale?
25 or on the fucking Surge.
Well, if he did a show, it would probably help, Jovan.
Yeah, he said he was getting up for the app today. Good try. Hooked. Good try.
He did not say that.
Oh, yeah, he said that. He said he was going to go yap and Surge today because there's no sweats, no yap. Cooked. Had a haircut. It's fucking breakfast, brother.
Me guy.
Had a haircut at 9 a.m.
Who gets a fucking haircut at noon on a Monday? Who does that?
Earlier, dude, the app's at fucking, 9:30?
I'm going to start planning haircuts during BTL. Shit. Get to take the day off. Might go grab a fucking pina colada, kick my feet up at my local pool right outside before it closes. What the fuck are we doing, man?
Haircuts before coffee in the morning. This just
Get a haircut on the weekend. Get a haircut after work. Holy smokes.
he ain't
Holy
sweating tonight,
smokes.
man. You acting like you got. It would be one thing if you was sweating.
You want to do a sweats tonight?
Might have to. Trent doesn't want it, man. Shit's unreal.
I was fucking streaming all weekend. No one says shit about it. Oh, you mean sitting in a comfy leather chair for 10 hours straight, not doing anything?
Dude,
Congratulations, Trent.
We have a goat whale primetime game and probably what? You can argue one of the two best primetime games. The Ravens are probably the other one. One of the best two primetime games we've had so far. Goat whale versus goat whale, first one in primetime. Sure. You're also going to the fucking Aruba for a week and 2 days. And he wants his flowers for streaming over the weekend.
For literally sitting in a chair and being on your phone for 10 hours a day. Nice. Could pick up a homeless guy off the street and put him in a leather chair and he'd sit there and do the same thing. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Dude, look at even DeGen saying he's just a card breaker now. He might be.
Might as well start up Bookit Breaks if we're going to do this shit. At least get something out of it.
He's all excited to stream, pull fucking Tatis White Sox and really good Juan Soto card. But won't sweat for goat whales.
Really cool card. Really cool card. Cool card. Jesus. Who schedules a haircut Monday during the start of the fucking week? Who does that?
That's bad.
Talk about the opposite of setting tone for the week, man. Jesus. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Can we flash up that squad ride recap one more time, Goots? Because that's fucking sexy. That's sexy, Goots.
It gets blood pumping, dude.
Mm-hmm.
What a
stay fucking hot, dude.
What a great illustration of how many innings and quarters we play in damn near every game.
Yep. For sure. I mean, the Phillies team total over was just insane. Yeah.
Shout out the Snakes bullpen. Hence why. When team total overs are included, it's most of times, probably 90% of the time, against a team with a really bad bullpen or tired bullpen.
Yep. You know what we can give credit to for that hitting? It's Casty getting rung up on a terrible strikeout, the at-bat before, chirping the umpire. Casty, I don't know if you guys have noticed because it's NFL season, but Casty hasn't been playing every day. He's mad at coach.
Yeah.
He's chirping coach in the media presser, which, again, just don't be a me guy and do that shit. Keep that shit under wraps. Go talk to him in his fucking office afterwards like a man, like a grown-up. But he's not playing every day. He's obviously pissed off. He's probably a little self-conscious, right? Casty's never not played every day ever in his career. And right now, they're trying to do what's best for the team. He's not been playing great this season. He gets that terrible strikeout call, the at-bat before the nuke. And he was pissed. I thought he was going to get ejected, to be honest with you. He was yapping at the umpire. The umpire was yapping back. He even pointed his bat at the umpire on his way back to the dugout and goes, "You fucked up." You could read his mouth. He goes, "You fucked up." Walks back, and I'm thinking to myself, Cassie's about to hit a fucking nuke in his next at bat. He's about to do something if he doesn't get ejected. And what do you know? He goes up there and absolutely pimps one, Jovan. Let's fucking go, dudes.
Yeah. He also had, I think, a 2-run single the next inning, too. Not that it really meant anything at that point, but he's goated.
Casty heating up. I don't want to jinx it. Z-Foos? Is it Z-Foos? Let me know. Also, I don't want to let this get swept. W. Tinlin 210 getting involved, saying he got pre-approved for a mortgage. Can we clap it up for Tinlin 210?
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Him. Hype train level 8 on a Monday. Love to see that. Let me open up a hype chest. We got a me sweat emote. Okay. There it is, folks. Don't know what that means, but I just put it in the chat. Me sweat. Me sweat. The hell is Twitch doing, man? Yeah, Snowman, you're goated. Snowman, I'm probably getting a buzz cut, man.
I don't know that you are, Krabs.
Big game this weekend, to say the least. What can we at least agree with that? This coming weekend is a huge game.
Bigger, yes.
Huge game for that bet. It's a huge game for that bet. It is
bigger, yeah, for sure.
It is. I mean, we knew they'd probably be undefeated at this point, right? Their schedule is softer than an SEC schedule.
Yeah.
We knew they'd be undefeated. We did. But they look good as well. They look good as well. Okay, so that
course.
needs to be said. I'd probably rather have Snowman side. But again, big game this weekend, laying 6.5 on the road. Krabs, you going to be the Gortat against Beeve, bald and bearded. Yeah, I won't be bald for that, thank God. But love me some Marcin Gortat, one of my favorite NBA players of all time. Should be a full shave, Krabs. Not shaving the beards, but I was thinking about this. I kind of want to alter the deal here. I wouldn't mind going full just skin, full ball, and just seeing what happens going full Johnny Sins. But I need some sort of change on the other end if Snowman, if I end up getting lucky here and Snowman loses the deal. Sub Bangs, 10-unit way out coming in from Tin Lin 210. Let's fucking go, Tin Lin.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, Tin Lin.
Goat.
I wouldn't mind going full skin. Yeah, full Caillou from Chaco there. I would change the argument from buzz cut to full Caillou because that's just hilarious. And I saw the Will Compton copied the fucking bet and did that with Taylor Lewan, and he's full skin, and I thought that was hilarious. So I wouldn't mind going full skin. And then we need some sort of alteration, though, for Snowman to make his side of the deal a little bit worse. So if you guys could come up with that, I will re-alter the agreement and make it a worse punishment for me. I will. Okay? Let me know. If you guys can come up with something there. I mean, it's already bad enough. He has to cut off 10 pounds of hair. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Taper.
Maybe he gets a low taper fade.
That'd be good.
That'd be crazy on Snowman.
That would be fire.
You get your lining spray like Chewy. Okay.
Let's
keep moving to Groven. What were you gonna say?
No, so we might need that. Low taper with beard spray paint and faded.
We might need that. All right, let's keep moving to Groven. Let's recap the Friday Sharp report. I'm pretty sure it was pretty good.
Wow, nobody swept.
Again, nobody talks about this. Nobody will. It's okay.
My God.
It's my job. My job is to come in here every day, bring good vibes, bring the energy, bring winners, train you guys up, help you guys win, change the mindset of how you bet, be sharp, provide winners, and just, I guess at this point, agree to, all my winners getting swept and all my losers just getting bitched about immensely from everybody. I blame Trent for that because he makes it seem like I'm a shitty better whenever he shit talks my plays.
Yeah, Trent
but I digress.
Trent
100% feeds that. And he loves to chirp me and get under my skin, like under the meat sheets, going, Jovan's getting me rich this weekend, and he only takes Jovan squares. He does a good job. He does a good job of getting under my skin. He does. Not going to lie. It pisses me off. But I can't worry about that anymore. All I can worry about is providing you guys winners, training you up, changing the mindset, and helping you guys understand how to make coins betting football, especially, but betting the slate.
Dude, those two
okay?
Unders were just, I mean, not even a sweat.
No, that first 5 under, my goodness.
First 5 under was, I mean, one of your best ones of maybe the season. And Oklahoma State is god awful. Never had a pulse.
Terrible.
You go over in that game.
They're worse than the Hokies.
Yeah, I don't want to shit talk them too much because I can tell you they will 99.99999% be on the card this week.
I know it. They might just be that bad. I don't know if that's a smart move, but you know what, Jovan? I'll probably be right fucking there with you, man.
Yeah.
I'll probably be right fucking there with your front lines. Okay. What else, Gootsy? Keep us moving and grooving here. Hail Mary 5 guys. We got to figure it out, man. We got to figure it out. We've been quail shit with these weekend lays and weekend prize picks lineups. I need to step it up. We need to step it up, Jovan.
It's a little
this
too
weekend,
cute.
We got to put a little bit more time into the 5 guys in Hail Mary for this weekend, okay? And I take full blame because I put a lot of shit squares and shit plays in here.
No, there's some shit squares. Shit squares both ways.
Yeah, we got to put a little bit more time and figure this out because last year we did not have a great weekend parlay, weekend prize picks lineup going. 2 years ago, we were on fire. We had a couple of each. We got to go back to our roots and figure out the 5 guys in the Hail Mary because I know how much it means to the chat and those who tail. So, guys, I promise we are going to figure it out this weekend and we're going to put some extra time, some extra elbow grease into the weekend lay and the weekend prize picks lineup. Okay? We will.
Just put some meat.
Yeah, we need to put more meat. We need to put more meat in there. All right, weekends, previews, college football, NFL. I think this was my worst weekend preview slate. Now, I made up for it with the plays in college football on Saturday where I went 9-3, I believe, on college football Saturday. I got to check the Carfax on that, but the plays I posted did really well in the straight bets. We'll look at the mean sheet here in a second. I did make up for it, but still not great. The Cade Klubnik pick was just really beat.
Yeah, that wasn't
really
good.
beat.
He had a shit game, but didn't get the interception until damn near garbage time.
Yep.
That one just
I
sucked.
mean, Miami of Ohio blowing that. Calandria getting that touchdown late. That was quail shit, double quail shit. Florida, I take full blame for Florida taking the bait there again. Clemson, goodness gracious. You can't talk all that shit and say you're him and stand on business and then lose outright to Syracuse, Dabo, respectfully. So,
no, yeah, they're bad.
It's one thing if you stand on business and you get up there and you yap and you rah-rah and you talk about how great you are and how great you've been, but you better deliver results. You better deliver results. A Goots Ryder Cup square in the weekend 5 guys could be the difference. I will be there, Goots on ground on Sunday for the Ryder Cup. People forget that.
I didn't even
and I'm going to need some Goots squares. Yeah.
My God.
That could be the difference. Did the Angels get 2 wins out of their last 2 series against the Royals and the Astros to cash their season total? If I had to lean one way, I'd say yes, Total Slayer. I'd say yes. But again, I mean, that's good luck, and it's still the Angels. So let's take a peep at the NFL weekend preview. Did we do that already? Was that a combo?
Yeah, it's a combo.
Yeah, it was a combo.
Shit.
It was a combo. All right, the Jordan Love Square was great. But Jovan, not our best work. You did great on college football, though, for the weekend previews.
Yeah, it's that time for the weekend. It's hard to beat that. Hard to beat anything from 11 a.m. on with Memphis and Maryland.
Yeah. Conversations need to be had about Malik Washington.
He is fucking good, Goots.
He's really good.
You're going to have to saddle up and accept it, brother.
Goots, he's good.
He's nasty.
Goots, he's good.
No,
Goots, just because we couldn't get into University of Maryland does not mean
no, that's not. I didn't even apply to that shit school, Krabs. Why would I apply to it? It was a waste of my time.
Good.
I'm serious. I'm telling you the truth. It's not like I'm lying to you.
I didn't apply either, but I probably would have gotten in.
Yeah, what? I didn't need to apply. I wasn't going to go there, no matter what.
All right.
And he went to a shit high school with shitty people too. So,
well, yeah, you might be right about that.
He's going to end up in a bad spot. I guarantee it.
I'm rooting for the kid. He went to my rival high school, but I want to root for the kid. He's unbelievable. He's a Maryland kid, Goots, through and through. Frederick kid. How you not going to root for him, man? Come on now.
All right, this narrative that I got denied from Maryland needs to stop. I did not apply. I did not. They have bed bugs in their fucking dorms every year. It's a gross school. It's gross. Bad sports, bad everything.
All right.
All right, well, those bed bugs. Maybe that kept the Terps out of the fucking girls' dorms because they were locked.
Might be right there.
They were locked in. They didn't win. They dropped Nuck. Yeah, Wisconsin is fucking horrible, but they dropped. Nuck, dominated them.
Well, that game again, Jovan, you said it perfectly. In a revenge game, when everybody's going with the player, you side with the team. And you're winning that shit 8 times out of 10. 8 times out of 10. Side with the fucking team.
Yeah.
Billy Edwards, horrendous.
Now we're sitting here through 4 games praying they don't lose 8 straight.
Imagine. I mean, if they do, you just tip cap.
All we need is 1. It was realistically, it was always a bet on them taking care of business in non-con and getting 2 upsets. Now they have 1.
Yep. Come on now. Finish. And I want to root for Coach. I want to root for Maryland. I know they don't deserve it. The fans don't show up. That kind of pisses me off. The students could give 2 shits.
They probably will now.
Team. They might. But I want to root for Coach. It's good for the program. It's good for the program, dudes. You got to turn it around.
That stadium's going to be full come not this week, but the next week. So they have a bye.
USC? Who is it?
Washington. Who might be coming off of a crazy upset win of their own.
Okay. Cannot wait for this. The next couple weeks of college football. Slate looks juicy. Krabs, I have a 25 to win 1,100 parlay. Last leg is the under in tonight's game. Should I hedge or ride? I mean, you should hedge always. It's just a matter of how much. You should always, if you're in that spot, guys, you should always at least hedge to get your money back. But in this case, it's lunch money to win a bunch. I would hedge, $100. If you really love the over tonight, maybe hedge, a couple $100. You got to hedge something. And that's coming from me, who typically is not a big hedger. But look, you got to leave with something, man. You got to hedge a little bit at least. That way it's a win-win tonight. No need to come out with nothing. Imagine how sad you're going to be if you don't fucking hedge and the game goes over. At least leave with something. Okay? Pax picks, I don't know what you're talking about. We're not talking about that all week. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
There's really no way to do that anyway.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Krabs, is it acceptable not to see my friends this weekend? I can't wait for the weekend slate already. Yes, it is.
With this slate, yeah.
It's acceptable.
With this slate, it is quite certainly acceptable.
Yep. Rampage bets. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry we put you through betting on the Texans again. That's on us.
Horrific.
That's on us, man. We got to learn our lesson there. They just suck.
They're bad. That was their last stand.
And D'Amico Ryans is not a good coach. I know it's not
Terrible
all on him.
Coach.
I don't think he's a good coach. All right. Let's keep moving to grooving. I think we have to recap the meat sheets, which I'm pretty sure I dominated the straight bets. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and 5 there. And the plays I actually locked in because I did a little greaser. I dusted off an old greaser.
Dude, that greaser.
This weekend, Jovan.
I was staring at that San Jose State game for you for a while.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm not going to lie. It was weird. Idaho showed up to play. They brought the lunch pail. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. But shout out Eget. Shout out Coach Ken for getting it done. Sweaty. Jovan, great fucking work, especially on those squares, man. Jesus. Great job.
I'm so mad because the last Demon Square, if it was available, was 100% going to be Tron Griselle instead of Blackboy. And he didn't have an option up. So I could have been $30K richer on the Demon entries.
Just like Aaron Boone's son, bad coaches. Yep, great point. Took it with Brent. Shit coach. Not agree more.
Grab, you should shout out Mateer less than fantasy score. What a great square. That I'm sure had no other relation to anybody else's slips in this company.
Oh man, I'd feel bad for Trent losing 50 racks on that if he actually tailed my plays or at least looked at them. I'd feel bad then. But in his brain, all my plays are just losers when it cannot be further from the case. We're having a great college football season. NFL, we're even right now in the books. Prize pick squares have been fine. College football, knock on wood, great start. And another great weekend on Saturday. I believe I went 9 and 4. I need to recrunch the numbers here in this Excel sheet. 9 and 4 on college football straight bets on Saturday, and that includes Miami of Ohio blowing it, and that includes that includes Miami of Ohio blowing it, and Florida that was an atrocious wager, so I'm not going to act like that deserved anything. But there was another dog. Was it Western Michigan playing against Mississippi State? Was that who it was?
I think Miss State had like a late splooge, right?
They had a touchdown with 3 minutes left, and fuck. Yeah. Oh, no, it was Northern Illinois, excuse me. Yep, that's what it was. Northern Illinois plus 23.5. They were winning at halftime, I believe. And then Mississippi State dropped Nuck in the second half. So could have been 11-2, but we take 9 and 4 on straight bets. Let's take a peep at the NFL meat sheet and see how we did overall. Really good again. Maybe not really good. At least good. It's
like 500.
Yeah. Nothing to write home about tomorrow, Pa, but solid. Probably our worst meat sheet so far of the football season, which is, if this is our worst meat sheet so far, we'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take that. Right? Great call on the Steelers. Browns, outright, sure. The Rams, I still cannot fucking believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh. Unbelievable. Caden Anderson is so shit, but he sacked up and got it done. Yep, great square there from Jovan.
Yeah.
Great square there from Jovan. Great call on that over.
2 tutties.
In that Colorado game. Yep.
Yeah, huge over.
Yep.
They even scored 20-something points. First time in eons.
No Steam Krabs talk about Archie being a me guy with the flex. You know, I'm. Did I like it? No, but I didn't like it enough. I did not like it enough to come up here and yap about it for a couple minutes. I get it. The guy's been quail shit the whole season. He plays well. He's excited. He's got his emotions. At least he cares. At least he cares.
Yeah.
Did he react correctly against Sam Houston? Probably not. But at least he cares.
Sam Houston, but it's not the school of the fucking blind, dude.
He's a competitor, dude. He scored a touchdown. At least he got excited. That's all it is.
He got excited. It's been pent up for a little bit. He's played like shit for a couple games, and sure, it might have looked like he was kind of a jerk rubbing it in Sam Houston's face, but he was just happy he was splooging. It had nothing to do with playing the fucking Bearcats.
Yeah.
Right? He was just splooging. He had a good game for the first time. So
he hasn't had fucking shit to celebrate for weeks now, pretty much. But
yeah, it was. You could tell it was pent up.
That's the last time. It's the last time he's gonna be able to do that for a couple games. So get it all out, because I can assure you, he will not be splooging like that come next game.
Yeah. We're not sitting up here saying that he's great, guys. We're just saying that it's okay that he splooged and celebrated with his team and showed some heart
emotion,
and
dude. Let it out. You've been asked all year.
Just like you see Travis Kelce yapping at coach last night. They asked Andy Reid about it at halftime. You know what Andy Reid said?
What?
He said, good. He said, good. We need some fucking emotion. He didn't say fucking, but he said, we need some emotion out there. And he's right. Look, they're grown-ass men. They get over it. People beef, people chirp, whatever. You move on. Show some fucking emotion. That's better than being a fucking hermit on the sidelines. That's better than not giving a shit and being Helen Keller on the sidelines, right? Sure, maybe it wasn't a great look against Sam Houston, but that's not what it was about. It was about the guy playing like shit all season and having a good game and being excited and fucking caring. That's what it was about.
Yeah,
that's what it was
fired
about.
Up.
Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Call some better fucking plays is what Kelce was telling him, I hope. Oh, man. Well, might not be wrong there, but Chiefs will be fine. I'm sure by the end of the season, they'll have it figured out. Noah Gray was grubbing. Yeah, I also just think Travis Kelce's probably washed at this point. I love emotion, but that was lame. Like Krabs losing to B 50-0, then dunking and flexing on Chewy. Yeah, sure. You can make an argument for that. I think the kid was just pumped up. He's 18 years old. Let the kid splooge. He's played like shit all fucking season. He has a good game. I don't like that he, stood over and flexed. People were chirping him for getting hype on the sidelines. That I definitely don't give a shit about. Let the guy splooge. Let the guy splooge. All right.
Yeah. That game was also what? It was 7-0 at the time. Almost at the end of the first. It's not like he was up 50. If he was up 50,
yeah, it's still a ball game.
Yeah, like it was still a close game at that point. Like
energy is
if he was up 45 in the third quarter, that would be one thing, but it was 7-0.
Yep. All right. Love to see Arch try that on October 11th. Who do they play on October 11th?
I think that's Red River. You don't even have to go that far. He ain't doing that October 4th, whatever the Florida game date is, because he's about to get put. If you thought he was in a box against Ohio State's defense, good Lord, you're about to find
out. Krabs, are they going to fire Debo? No, they're not going to fire Dabo. Jesus. No, they're not going to fire Dabo. At least not till the end of the season. He's earned that right. I think they could go 0 for this whole year, and they're not going to fire that guy till the end of the season. He deserves that. He deserves that. Might not be a great coach right now, but what he's done there at Clemson, he deserves at least finishing the season. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know, because I would a couple of years ago I probably would have said that, but the current calendar kind of makes it tough. So if they want to get into a new regime in recruiting, they might pull a Gary Patterson and say, "Why don't you resign?"
Yeah, I just don't think Dabo's the kind of guy to resign. But might be better than getting fired.
Neither is Gary Patterson. And they said,
it's pretty much like mutual thing. Telling you, yes, mutual.
They're telling you we're going to fire you, or you could say you're resigning.
Mutual decision. Yep.
Yeah.
Shout the Commanders getting approved for a new stadium at the old RFK site. Cannot fucking wait for 2030. My goodness. If you don't think my ass is going to be there for opening home game that season, you don't know me. I'll be up there. Cannot wait to see what they do for that stadium, man, on that park. They're already tearing down RFK, which is sad, but that place is a shithole, man. Used to be legendary. Let's hope they bring back those vibes. Couple other things real quick here. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb cake. Not good for fantasy investors. Obviously, he's probably going to be out for like 4 weeks. Not good. But you can't predict injuries. It is what it is. Is it time to say that Chase Brown is bad at football, or are we just going to blame their O-line and the Bengals being a shit program?
I mean,
please tell me the latter.
Down 40 points, Krabs.
Please tell me the latter.
Yeah, they're down 40 points, getting dominated by one of the best defense in the NFL. No shit. You're right. He's going to have a bad game as the starting running back.
Okay. I mean, he did have 10 carries for 3 yards, though.
Yeah, and pretty irrelevant spots. Obviously, it helps when Burrow's the quarterback. God knows if that'll be happening this season, but they're also not playing the Vikings defense every season.
You're right. Their defense is good.
Yeah.
Their defense is good. Okay. Are we hitting the panic button yet on Pacheco? I mean, I feel like I literally got hit by a train watching fucking Kareem Hunt score a touchdown last night.
Yeah, that was nuts. But that's also like the first time they've been really like goal to go and had a chance pretty much all year.
Yeah.
So, the more of those you get, the more of those to be involved in. He actually looked pretty good.
Pacheco had some
a
good
couple
runs
last night.
He's
agree. Like similar to unfortunately, Najee didn't really get the chance or wasn't going to get the chance, even though he would have by now, but he tore his Achilles. But slowly been working him back and giving him more and more reps throughout the last couple of weeks. So you're about to be
lying if I said I wasn't concerned by old man Kareem Hunt getting that carry instead of Pacheco. You'd hope they want to build Pacheco's confidence up and get the young buck a tutty. But I'm in to give him another week or two. And you're right, they're still building back that strength after that horrific injury last year. So let's give it some more time, guys. It's week 3. It's week 3. Let's give him some more time.
He'll be fine by the time it's all said and done.
Okay. St. John, get involved with the resub. W. St. John, fellas. What's up, St. John? What's up, St. John? Trey Benson stock up huge. Let's see what Trey Benson's got. Bulked up in the offseason. He's looked good in a small sample. Let's see what the kid's got.
Yeah. Certainly ain't DeMercado. You looked.
Well,
I think he dropped a wide open touchdown pass yesterday. One of the few touches
he got.
Better
than him.
God awful.
Trey Benson stock up. Yep. How does Brian Callahan still have a job? I don't know. Probably because his dad is one of the best offensive line coaches in NFL history, and he's also on the staff. That's probably the only reason why, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Probably a little bit.
All right. Marvin Harrison, a bust, guys. Javon's doing backflips and cartwheels here and that. Not ready to announce a bust yet, but he's certainly not looking too sharp.
Yeah, he's got time to figure it out, but some of the mistakes have been really, really bad.
Not good. Most obvious, Lamar Jackson -4.5 cover at plus chick ever. I'm from the future, Miguel says. Yeah, this game tonight puts my brain in a blender. Not going to lie. I've got a play in it. It looks like Jovan has a play in it. I'm excited to talk through this game, and maybe we can craft up a prize picks lineup or something in this puppy. Interesting game. Should be a fun game on paper. I don't know if it will be. I think it'll be relatively close, at least in the beginning. And then the Ravens will probably maybe pull away. Although people would probably think the opposites. They probably think the Ravens splooge early, and then it gets close and weird late because the Ravens don't know how to close. I'm interested to talk about this game, Jovan, with you. We'll save it for a little bit here. We'll dive into it a little deeper after the Sharp report. For now, why don't we hop in, start talking about some winners for today, and get to the Sharp report. Yes, Sale moved from 43.5 to 45.5 fantasy score, Brian C. On paper, it's the worst matchup of all time for my Nats, who just simply cannot hit lefties. But luckily, they did just face that guy last week. So if they have a chance, if they're going to pull it off, it's right now with the energy they're bringing. And since they saw him last week, but we'll talk about that game in a little bit here. Jovan, let's start out by talking some football. Okay. I'm going first half team total under 12.5. Some might say this is too cute. I think it's probably just cute enough. We'll see. They got to go out there and play the game. But the Ravens are one of the best first half teams of all time. Lamar is one of the best first half players of all time. I don't know if it's because defenses aren't used to his, facing his speed, and he has a lot of energy and he's quick early on, and then maybe he wears off a little bit in the second half. I don't know if it's because they're just hot start kings and they typically melt and don't play great late and close games late. Sorry, Goots. Just kind of how it goes with the Ravens. They're hot start kings, and then it's typically like holding on for dear life towards the end. I don't know what it is, but typically this Ravens team starts out great, and then it's the second half that gets a little hairy. I want to fade the Lions offense early. I've had a couple different thoughts about this game. Initially, I was leaning the Lions with the points, but then I remembered that I hate the Lions this season, and they're coming off a big-time win against a fraudulent win, in my opinion, against a Bears defense that couldn't stop a parked car and had a bunch of secondary injuries in that game. Obviously, the Bears defense looked a little bit better this week, but they had a week to prepare and figure out those injuries, obviously. So that helps. When you have those injuries mid-game, it's tough to adjust. So that's kind of why I think the Lions splooged last week and put up a big old number. And also, I mean, the Lions got embarrassed against the Packers the week before, so they had something to prove. Now they're coming off a 52-21 win. Do I really want to back the Lions if they're coming off a 52 piece? That wouldn't be very crabby of me, would it? I want to back this Ravens defense early. Again, I don't know how they do in the second half. I don't care. I don't want to get involved because part of me is thinking football brain, Ravens might melt or make this game close and weird late, and maybe the Lions creep back in. They have a backdoor cover, kind of like the Giants should have had last night, but they didn't. We're kind of due for a primetime backdoor cover. Haven't had one in a couple games. But my other part of my brain is stick with your take before the season. The Lions stink. Jared Goff stinks. They lost the coordinators. They're not the same. Sure, they're coming off a big-time win, but this is a perfect time to fade their offense against a Ravens defense that's still trying to go out there and prove something that they could be an above-average defense in this league. And the Ravens have given up some points so far this season. They're still going out there looking for a pretty good defensive performance. Maybe it's today when the people least expect it against, the Lions. Like even last week, the Ravens, I know they blew out the Browns, and that one meant more. I mean, we knew they're going to fucking blow them out after blowing that game to the Bills. Sorry, Goots. But great bounce back game from the Ravens there. They still gave up 17 points to, the Browns, which is not the greatest of looks. And not a ton of points, but that's not a shutout. So this Ravens defense still has something to prove. And I think at least early on, they'll have a good game script, a good game plan to get to Jared Goff, to limit Jared Goff. And if you look at the prize picks board, Jovan, it does look like the Lions aren't going to score much. It does. You've got that 1.5 passing touchdown square that's very green from last week for Jared Goff. Who the hell wants to take the less than on that in a game with the highest total of the season? Probably nobody. You've got a Gibbs touchdown square that looks like a free more than as well in a game with the highest total of the season. You guys know my thoughts on those two squares. And it makes me kind of lean. No points here early on for the Lions. Maybe they come back late. Maybe they make the game weird. Maybe they have a Mima backdoor cover that we've been waiting for in the NFL the last couple of weeks in these primetime games. But early on, I want to fade that Lions defense. And on some of the sharper books, this is already down to 11.5. So I'll ride with the sharp play here early on in the first half. I hope you guys have access to this play. I know if you're only riding the offshores, you might not, or you might have to wait until right before the game and look under game props. It'll probably pop up in a standalone game on Monday Night Football, but there's a chance it doesn't. So I hope you guys have access to this puppy. But feeling good about the Lions fading their offense early, taking that first half team total under 12.5, and hoping that Ravens defense comes out with something to prove on primetime.
Sure. I'm in. And right. I'm hoping that it goes that way. I guess we can just talk about that game.
Yeah, let's swing around and go over your play in that game.
Take the primetime Ravens, which took the Lions last week. Talked about how, big, obviously, of an emotional game that was for them, beating Ben Johnson, and they're fired up for it, put up 50 points, absolutely dominated them. And just like we're talking about, I guess, like look-ahead spots in college football, just like you're talking about high emotional spots that follow the week after, which I'm sure we'll touch on when it comes to the actual college football. When the emotional spots pass, there's a letdown game happening. I think it's directly right after here for the Lions, especially when you take Jared Goff out of his comfy confines of the indoor Ford Field and you take him out to a damn good defense that's going to challenge him a lot in the Ravens. And not only that, but I think the Packers game for the Lions not only was a little disappointing because the offense was so anemic, but it also showed like the Packers, as good as they are, they just out-physical the Lions the entirety on both sides of the ball. Of course, like the defense was fantastic, but even on the offensive side of the ball, they were a lot more physical than them. The Ravens, I think, physically are an imposing force in the same manner as the Packers, and especially with one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in football, that's going to do just the same. So I don't know how much Lamar is going to be asked to do today because depending on the game script here, I mean, you can just be physical and pound the rock, and that Lions run defense is not as good as it looked, I guess, at points last year, even at points 2 years ago. It used to be like funneled to the secondary against this Lions team. I think this year it's going to be a little more balanced. So I think the Ravens control it, especially after not just the, I guess, super emotional 30-point win against your former OC, now new head coach turned, I guess, division rival. But we all remember what happened the last time the Ravens were on primetime. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Good point.
Get your lick back.
Good point. Get your lick back, Gootsy. Get your lick back, Gootsy. Yeah, I'm in. I don't know if I have the sack to take it, but I love the sell job, and I love that last, closing bit there about, let's get your fucking lick back when everybody's watching. Harbaugh's got something to prove as well. Nobody talks about coaches ever, but you don't think Harbaugh, with everybody watching on fucking TV on their couch tonight in a standalone game, wants to prove that he can shut the door and close out a big-time game after what happened against the Bills the other night, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago? Sure he does. I'm sure he does.
Head coach of a football team thinks about that, right?
He probably should be, good.
He's locked in winning this game. He's care less about that fucking shit. And I know he does.
He tell you that?
No, I just know how he works. He's been my coach forever.
Know how he works.
He's worried about the Lions.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about the Bills. I'm tired of talking about the Bills.
You have to manage.
Talking about the Bills because they had a record comeback. Primetime.
You don't want to talk about the Bills because they're fucking splooging right now, and they sunned you in prime time in the fourth quarter. But
that's why I don't want to talk about the Bills.
One of the biggest parts of being a coach is managing your locker room, and I can guarantee you, if this game goes poorly, it's not the best momentum in that locker room, to say the least. So obviously, you want to win the game. That's the goal of every fucking game. But you got to build momentum as a team. And this is the biggest spot for it that you're going to have in this early season. Can't let it
Good practice for the postseason, right? Good practice.
I mean, yeah, playing real teams, you can do this all in the regular season. And the Ravens, I feel like, typically have just a splooge on them spot in the regular season. Most of them come in prime time, too. Last year, it happened to be against the Bills. And I think they had one more, too, maybe. But regardless, come out and see it tonight.
Yeah, foot down game. Prove something. Prove you can coach when the lights are bright. Prove you can withstand a comeback from a good team. And keep the foot on the fucking gas pedal, something this team has struggled with forever. Forever. So, yeah, they have something to prove. To the people, to themselves, mainly. I'll give you that, Goots. It matters more for that locker room, like Jovan's saying, than it does for the people watching on their fucking couches. But you got to prove to yourselves, to your fucking team that you're coaching, that you can keep your foot on the gas and shut the door in prime time in a game that matters. And it's very good practice for the postseason. It's very good practice. Keep that foot on the gas. And let's hope this one's a fucking blowout. Okay?
Foot on gas.
Foot on gas. 2 words. 2 words. Because they're not winning next week. Who do they play next week?
Chiefs in Kansas City.
Oof. Oh, boy.
So, I mean,
is there a spread for that game out yet?
Wouldn't say a desperation spot because it's fucking week 3. But
yeah,
you've already had one super disappointing performance against one of the better teams in the NFL. God knows if the Chiefs even count as that at this point. But as of now, at least they do.
Yeah.
You really want to go in there needing number 3 after an 0-2?
Can't. Good to see the Ravens at -2.5 though. Right now on the road in Kansas City. Good sign for the Ravens.
If they're there, I'll tell you. Like, obviously, line's probably going to shift depending on what happens here. But
that
doesn't seem like a line you get after losing to the Lions on primetime.
Yeah, and they were +1.5 look ahead line before last week. So, yeah, good to see them catching some steam there. Maybe it has something to do with how mid the Chiefs have looked as well. It's probably a little bit of both. But yeah, good sign for the Ravens this week. Seeing the Ravens now next week on that look ahead up to -2.5. Great sign.
Great sign.
Let's hope they go out there and do the fucking job. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Go out there and get a win tonight, Gootsy. Can we get a Gootsy keys to the game for the Ravens tonight? Would love a couple keys to the game from Goots. We should have gotten a graphic up and moving. Can we get Gootsy's keys to the game tonight?
Keys to the game. One key, and it's always the key. It's up to the defense. Be violent.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Be violent.
Be fucking violent.
Okay. Gootsy's
I don't care
key.
If we gotta break them up the head. Be violent.
Well, all right, Goots.
Be violent.
All right.
The Ravens.
I don't know what breaking a head means, but you know what, Goots? I love the passion. I love the tenacity. Yeah. Be fucking violent. 2 words, Goots. Goots is key, singular to the game. Be fucking violent. Would love a vintage defensive performance from the Ravens here. Haven't seen one in a while. Last week was borderline. 17 points to the Browns, right? Be fucking violent. Come on, Goots. Is he quoting Marcus Freeman? Is that a Marcus Freeman quote? I swear to God, Goots.
I mean, he said it before. Roquan says it. Ray Lewis said it.
Oh.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Ray Lewis was saying that?
It's
pre or post murder?
That's
okay.
I don't know if Ray Lewis was talking about football kids.
Okay. No, he was. He certainly was.
What was the time frame when Ray was using that line?
We've used it forever.
His lawyers might have said,
forever.
Ray, you gotta cut out that.
His defense lawyer probably had a good time with that one.
Jovan, you're on the Ravens. Do you want to keep just saying the shit and lose your fucking wager? Go ahead.
Oh, man. 2 words, chat. Be fucking violent. I love it. Bring some energy tonight. Keep the foot on the gas in a primetime game, please. All right? You guys ready to talk some baseball? We can circle back and talk about the gridiron towards the end of the show today. You guys want to talk some baseball?
Sure.
Swinging around. We'll save that Nats over for, we'll keep it on deck for Jovan. Favorite play today, Goots' guy, Nick Pivetta, first 5 money line. Favorite play today, Padres, first 5 money line. Good to see some of the sharper books moving to -120. Some of them have it -130. Jesus, I got it at -115 before the show. First 5 money line for the Padres. Nick Pivetta's been decent. He's not giving up a ton of runs, but he's given up some hits. He's shown that he's human of late, the last couple. And I haven't made a big stink about this as much as I wish I have about Prize Picks pitcher squares here. You guys know I'm a big Prize Picks pitcher guy. Pretty much only taking pitchers on Prize Picks on the diamond. So I feel like I have a pretty good sense of what's good and what's not. It's a great sign to see that Nick Pivetta 1.5 goblin square. 1.5 goblin earned run square. You can't take the less than. Love seeing that. And knock on wood, that's been a pretty good telltale sign on the diamond so far this year for starting pitchers and how they're going to do so far this season. So I love seeing that. I love seeing the 4.5 hits allowed. I know he has not been terrible of late. The most runs he's given up in his last 5 starts has been 3 runs. He's pretty much consistently been giving up 3 runs per start, which is, not terrible, not great, but fine, right? Nothing to bitch about, really. But coming off of giving up 7 hits to the Mets in that last game, he's given up 7 hits in 2 of his last 3 starts. One of them was against the Rockies. Jesus. Good to see him have a 4.5 hits allowed square that's pretty green looking at that chart against a very respectable offense in the Brew Crew, who people love. People are going to look at this game and say, oh my God, Brew Crew at plus money. Peralta on the bump. Their ace on the bump. One of the best pitchers in baseball this season. Not wrong about that. He has been. They're going to look at this game and say, my goodness, is this a freebie, Jovan? The Brew Crew at plus chicken? Sign me up. They got 10 more wins than the Padres. Almost at 100 wins now. Jesus, they just clinched. Could be a great time to fade. Yeah, it could be a great time to fade, Jovan. Could be a great time to fade the Brew Crew after a couple beers, a couple spotted cows last night for the Brew Crew, right?
Yeah, I guess I don't even know if they had those because I think they're on the road. It's kind of moose.
That does suck for them.
That might be the worst part of clinching.
They deserve them, honestly. That's pretty scary, Krabs. You never know when the Padres decide to hit or not. Well, I do think it's going to be a Pivetta legacy start. And if you look at that Peralta 1.5 earned runs allowed goblin, just like Pivetta has up as well. Interesting to see that up too against the Padres offense that, like we were saying in chat, they don't typically score a bunch of runs all the time, and they're pretty inconsistent. And this is a pitcher's park. Totals at 7 in this game. Well, there's a 1.5 goblin earned runs allowed square for Peralta, who's had 3 shutouts in his last 5 games. And I know he had that one bad start, first bad start of the whole second half of the season. What a run that was for Peralta. My goodness. Gave up 5 to the Rangers 2 starts ago. Had a great bounce back start against the Angels. In his last out, he only gave up 1 run. So great sign seeing that red chart for that 1.5 earned runs allowed square, the goblin for Peralta. I think he gives up 2 in the first 5 innings here. And great to see his pitching outs at 16 as well, which is kind of low for him in my opinion. Also great to see the Pivetta 1.5 earned runs allowed goblin. It's very green on the chart. So 2 conflicting angles there for both starting pitchers that make me feel like it's going to be the Padres who win this game early on. Maybe you see a crazy Brew Crew come back late. Probably not, honestly, against that Padres bullpen. But I want to back Pivetta here. I want to fade Peralta at least minimally. It's not going to be 10-0 through the first 5 here, Jovan. The total is at 7, but 3-1. 2-1, 2-0 type of game here. And we do have some insurance if it's tied through 5. That's why we're taking the first 5 ML. Favorite play of the day today, back in the Padres, to get started right and fading the Brew Crew early when they're still wiping crusties out after that hangover last night after clinching the playoffs.
Sure. I'm in on that.
Okay.
First 5 too might be crucial because I think the Padres bullpen is decimated. I was looking at that earlier. Even though it's deep as is, I think multiple of their back end guys have pitched back-to-back days, so they're probably not available today. So I don't know who they're going to bring out.
Okay. Interesting. Trent talking shit in the chat saying he's not afraid to fade Jovan. That should go well. I hope he's on the lines today.
He is. Like when he was making the surge, nice. I was like, I saw that. He showed it to me, asked if I approved, said immediately cake. Said one of those between the Browns and fucking Jets. We're gonna figure out a way to win.
Yep.
So he's still in ratchet.
And the Jets were a Tyrod Taylor pick 6 away from winning that game outright.
Yeah, from Jamel Dean of all places, or of all people.
Might as well be Herb Dean out there.
The worst corner in football. Just had the greatest game of his life.
Might as well be Herb Dean.
Yeah, 3 games, 3 game-winning drives for Baker Mayfield to start the year.
Yeah. If only we talked about it all week, about how my favorite prize pick square was Jordan Love, less than 1.5 passing tutties, and how the Browns are going to win that game outright. If only we talked about that all week on BTL.
Yeah, he did say. Right. I don't know if we were talking about the Jets or the Browns. I think it was a direct quote from Trent. I love being on the opposite side of Krabs. What's up?
Again, just doesn't make any sense. How can you say that when I'm over here tracking my bets and I'm winning my bets and I'm historically a great bettor in the NFL and he's never tracked a bet in his life? I don't get it. How do you say something like that? Right?
Thank you, Trent.
Makes no sense. Just makes me look like shit because people believe him when it cannot be further from the truth. Well, I'll say this, and I have some backing to it since I actually track my bets and I'm good at betting football and good at betting straight bets in the NFL. I love being on the opposite side of Trent. Love it. It gets me on a bet in the morning. It brings a smile to my face seeing he's on the other side of a bet. And I'm sure Jovan's feeling that type of way right now as well, hearing that he's on the lines today.
I'll add some fuel to your fire, Krabs, because I think also on the coin toss going to college football, there was only one of our whales that did not hit.
What would that be?
That would be the SMU TC over.
Okay.
Hashtag thank you, Trent.
Okay. I do want to give him a sprinkle of credit. A sprinkle of credit. Great call on Wofford.
Yeah.
Great call on Wofford from Trent.
There you go.
Although I'm sure that one was really labbed up and certainly taken for football reasons, right? Lucky son of a gun. Lucky son of a gun.
He ain't bet Wofford, man.
Great bet. Great bet. Yeah, he probably didn't bet it, but great play on coin toss, on coin leans.
Yeah.
Sure. Great coin toss this weekend as well. My goodness. Cannot let that get swept. Can we clap it up for the coin toss? You guys hit a fucking 4-man. You hit a prize picks lineup 10x. Can we clap it up real quick for the coin toss? Jesus.
That's huge.
Great job, guys. Great job, guys. Come on now. Great job on the coin toss. Great show on Friday. Great energy. A lot of chirps, a lot of winners. Great work.
Yeah, W coin
Great
lanes.
work. W coin lanes. That shit was funny. All right. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. I want to hear Jovan's attitude take.
Yeah. Will be runs after the last time this game was played, which was both these pitchers' last start in the last series before the ones this weekend. It was 0-0 going into extra innings. I believe it ended up being 4 or 5-0 Braves. Correct me if I'm wrong, Krabs, in the 10th or 11th, but nothing through the entirety of – yeah, there you go, 5-0. Nothing through the entirety of these guys' starts because they both threw shutouts. I think this starts with Mackenzie Gore getting absolutely shit on, Krabs, unfortunately.
Okay. Can we take a 30 there real quick? There's some breaking news in the chat. Is that true?
Wow.
Is that true? Wow. Goots bomb.
GG,
Bruce
Bruce
Pearl?
Pearl.
I wonder if he's got some health issues. I wonder if there's something else to that. I hope not. You're telling me Bruce Pearl is hanging him up before he gets a natty? Oh.
Like he might have had his shot, dude.
Yeah.
If he didn't do it these last couple of years, I feel like he might have been Nick Saban, Tony Bennett, just tired of NIL, and he already had his best shots at it.
Oh man, I love me some Bruce Pearl. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, one of the better coaches to not get it done in our lifetime.
I love Bruce Pearl.
Yeah, I do too, man. Good coach. Good coach, good dude, spark plug, funny guy. Yeah, he's had some health issues in the past.
Yeah,
something to do with it. Maybe he's just wants to enjoy, a retired life and enjoy the rest of his life. I don't blame him. Fuck, I'm sure he's rich enough. Letting his son take over, that's a W for him as well. I'd rather a guy go out too soon, leave on top, than go out too late, pull Brett Favre, and tarnish the legacy. I've always said that. I still say that. I stand on that. W career from Bruce Pearl. I know he never got a natty, but he did about everything else. Great dude. Great coach. Yeah. That sucks. College basketball, I'll miss him. Bad couple days for Auburn. Yeah. To say the least.
Yeah, don't want to let that get slept. Jackson Arnold is fucking terrible. Can't let him on the football field. He's god awful. I'm tired. I'm glad we can stop pretending now that he's played a real team, a real defense, that he's good.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, all right, get back to talking about why Mackenzie Gore is getting mucked tonight.
Yeah, Mackenzie Gore getting mucked. Great start against the Braves last time out. But now not only do you have to go 2 times in a row, 2 starts in a row against them, but I feel like that was more of an anomaly than anything for the Braves, which, again, as cat shit, I think I've pounded this anytime we've talked about the Braves, but as cat shit as they've still been damn good against lefties. So, really outside of Mackenzie Gore, they've been still dominating a majority of the lefties they face. Which is why they're still 7th best, 6th best against lefties in the last couple of months. They never really changed from that same spot. But I think Mackenzie Gore, especially, seems like there's some karma coming from after his shit-talking comments over the past week. I think he gets destroyed tonight. I don't know what the leash is on him, too, being that the start is maybe his last one of the year. What does it really mean at this point? I don't know. Yep. It also feels like the Nats, after the last couple of games, they somehow put it together in some extra inning games, and they brought Mitchell Parker out of the bullpen for 3 innings yesterday. Feels like they're just trying shit out of the bullpen now. So it's already bad to begin with, and they're kind of decimated as far as arms go, not as far as innings, but just as far as usage with some of these guys. Yep. So I think the Braves, if everything is right and Mackenzie Gore has one of those starts, which I kind of feel like he does, the Braves could probably get 8 themselves. But Chris Sale is also everybody's POD after an unbelievable start against his team, as it should. The Nats can't hit lefties. They've been fucking terrible. Just faced them 8 innings, no runs. 1.5 run squares up, which anytime that's up after a masterclass like that against the same team, somebody spawns with a 2-run home run. And it's not like the Nats, they strike out a bunch against lefties, and their overall numbers are bad. But the more you look at it, they've also gotten pretty unlucky against lefties, especially lately. They've had a bunch of strikeouts, but the balls they put in play are hit kind of hard. So eventually those are going to fall, and wouldn't it be funny if it came after seeing the same guy 2 starts in a row, when realistically this entire couple week stretch they've been showing hard. So this kind of feels like another one of those. But Braves could also put up 8 themselves, so I'm taking the over.
It could. I mean, usually when it's bad for Mackenzie, it gets ugly.
It's bad. He's one of those I don't know, him, the A's offense, and you could put a couple other pitchers and teams in there. It's really all or nothing.
Yep.
So if he's bad, he's going to be bad. And that means a lot of Nats bullpen.
Yeah. When he's good, he's great. When he's bad, he's terrible. Just how it is. Dylan Cruz is playing well right now. He's on a hit streak. Dalen Lyle is one of the best players in baseball, and nobody gives a fuck.
Is he alive, or is he dead?
He might not play today. Yeah.
I guess maybe he wouldn't play anyway. I don't know if they're taking that lineup for lefties.
Yeah, against a lefty.
At this point in the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been seeing them, dude. My God.
He's a great player, fun player. Hustles. Love to see a guy hustle. And he's a hustler, right? All right, let's keep moving to grooving. I could sit up here and talk about the Nats for an hour, but we don't have time. W Subby coming in from Mook 827. W Mook.
Let's go, Mook.
W Mook. Yeah. One more note. about Mackenzie Gore, who, by the way, historically does own the Braves. I will say that. He's got a 2.85 ERA against the Braves, 41 strikeouts in 8 starts against the Braves. I don't know if it's because he's a Southern boy. He's from, North Carolina. Maybe that's the closest he gets to pitching, in front of his home crowd. I don't know what it is. But he's typically pretty good, although I hate backing guys who just faced the same lineup last week. So system play there from you. And with that earned runs allowed square up there on Prize Picks, probably a good sign for some runs. Commanders signed Darnell Savage. That is massive. We'll see if he has any gas left in the tank. He's a Terp. Bring him home. W's. Dilgod coming in, resubbing. I'll miss the legend of Bruce Pearl. Dilgod getting involved. One more comment. Mackenzie Gore has been talking a lot of shit on the local radio stations about the Nats organization this week. That is probably not a great thing to do for the baseball gods, who are probably going to smite him and give him a moo shit start tonight. So keep that shit in-house. I could not agree more with what he's saying, but again, why the fuck is he saying that on the radio? Keep that shit in-house, man.
Right Bad before your last start or second to last start, depending how they manage it, of the season.
Especially when he's been as, mid as he's been in the second half of the season. Talking all that talk. Not a great sign. Baseball gods, do not fuck with that. He's talking about how it starts at the top, and he was pretty much blaming everything on the org, the owner, the GM, the people in charge, the execs. And again, he's not wrong. Keep that shit in-house. I don't want to hear that on the fucking radio. We all know it. Keep that shit in-house. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Couple more baseball plays. Got to pick up the tempo and pace here a hair. First 5 over 4. God, I hate overs, but I think this one's hitting, folks. McGreevy, Verlander coming off some gems. Verlander's been really good of late. Tried to fade him the other day. Didn't work. He's been good overall. McGreevy coming off of 2 back-to-back great starts. The guy's he hasn't had 3 good starts in a row his entire fucking career, bless his heart. And that's not changing tonight. I'm sure it's a pitcher's park, which scares me, but I love seeing the total in this game moving up from 7.5 to 8. Which you typically don't see totals moving up in San Fran, but it's probably because the books are thinking McGreevy gets mocked by this Giants lineup. And looking at the squares, the fantasy score square for Verlander, it's completely green. If you look at the chart, would not be surprised if Verlander gives up a couple runs himself. So I'm going to keep the bullpens out of it. Fade the starting pitchers who've been really good of late. Some very telling squares up there on Prize Picks for both these guys. If you're into fading those green squares, probably time to fade McGreevy, who's been a little too good of late. He has a 22.5 fantasy score after getting 49 fantasy points against the Reds and having a pretty decent start against the Mariners to start before that as well. I just don't think that kid's very good, respectfully. And Verlander, who cannot keep getting away with it. Great to see future Hall of Famer shining, but we know there's a bad start coming up here soon. Wouldn't it be something if we're trying to get sharp and fade him for the last 2 weeks? It's against the fucking Cardinals at home. He gives up a couple runs. That sounds like a very baseball thing to happen. So fade the greened out chart there. Fade McGreevy coming off a couple legendary starts. And back Devers, the Giants bats here at home, and the Cardinals to put up a couple themselves as well.
Yep. Might as well go straight into that game. I agree. I think there's going to be some runs. I don't really care too much to fade McGreevy because I don't think he's a great pitcher, but I think he is pitching well, and he's kind of figuring something out with his stuff. So, like, in the short sample, obviously we're a week left in the season. I don't really care to fade that because long-term there's no kind of goal there, but he's pitching well to go to the end of the season. I think the Giants, especially with some of the bats that have popped at the top, can get a few hits off of him, a few louder hits, extra base hits. But I think, just like you said, the very baseball thing to happen after Verlander's been so good for this stretch, 1 run in his last 4 starts. I guess even some of them weren't earned going back a couple starts past that, but this would be the perfect one, especially including a 6-inning shutout, which was probably, maybe you can argue, his last one against the D-backs was his best of this little stretch, but not far behind was the Cardinals start. I think they get to him this time, especially because the lineup is a little different now. And really ever since that game, the Cardinals, not that it matters now, but they're playing a little better ball. Like the lineup, for whatever reason, has found a little spark going into this season. Maybe it's because they shifted it a little bit to the point of you're playing some of the younger guys that are better and I guess better at putting ball in play at the top of the lineup now going into the season, because what else do you have to do at this point instead of play the guys that are retired and playing through injury now? So now the lineup looks a little peskier. They're playing with a little more juice, and you get a team or you get a pitcher that you've seen in the last couple of weeks here, and a guy that's been filling up the zone. That's been a lot of why he's been successful. But again, some of the newer guys at the top of the lineup, like Arenado has been a little bit of a problem because what is he playing for at this point? Even like Contreras has looked a little checked out, but like when you throw the rest of the lineup up there at the top, they're putting the ball in play a little more. It's like they're a little more scrappy, which I kind of like, again, for a guy who's filling up the zone. So I think he's the pitcher out of the two that carries the weight in getting shelled. Do I want to deal with the Cardinals bullpen? No, not really, because God knows what they're going to throw out. And the Giants are very obviously in a desperation mode, trying to somehow stay in the race, even though they've likely already blown it. But through the first 5, I think they're the ones that'll help contribute the most to your over.
All right. So it's a 5 spot. Both win.
Yeah.
Okay. W straight bets here, guys. Let's go ahead and hit the prize pick squares. You guys know the drill. 2 squares from each of us, like Noah's Ark. See if we can hit a 4-man 10Xer here. Fading Gibbs, who has one of the easiest looking squares up in this game. You guys know I was going to one of those 2 Lions fades, whether it was Jared Goff, less than 1.5 passing tutties, or the Jahmyr Gibbs, less than half a rushing receiving tutty. And after scoring last week, looks like a very, very easy more than to click in a game with the highest total of the season. I don't even think people can look at the squares can look at the square and probably laugh at me and think there's no fucking shot this one hits. And that's exactly why I'm taking it. Doesn't it look like probably the easiest square up on Monday Night Football for today? But we all know what's about to happen. Demont probably gets a goal line look here and ends up getting the rushing touchdown for this team. Unless Gibbs breaks one on like the 40, 50-yard line, 30-yard line, and scores from deep, I don't think he's getting a goal line look. I think it's going to be Demont. That's what he's there for. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. I think they keep Jahmyr Gibbs off of or out of the red zone, excuse me. Keep him away from finding pay darts. And in a game, I'm fading their team total in the first half early on. We'll have to hold our breath late and just hope he doesn't break a fucking reception late in this one. Sure, he might get his yards. Sure, he might get his reception, his receiving yards. Okay, that's fine. He ain't getting in the fucking red zone. I do think the Ravens defense stands on business in this one and shows up after getting embarrassed in prime time the last time they were on one of these big games. So they're keeping Gibbs out of the end zone. And again, cannot clarify this enough. If you take the less than on these rushing receiving squares that I've had a lot of luck in, taking less thans on, bless James Conner's heart, but that one was free. Bucky Irving.
Jamar was free.
All these less than, knock on wood, all these less than rushing receiving squares have done me pretty well this season. Let's hope that continues again tonight on primetime. Yep. And then Nick Pivetta kind of already sold this one, but I think he goes out there and has an absolute fucking gem. Not really the hottest of takes. Sure, it's against the Brew Crew. But again, Jovan, they just clinched last night. They're either going to be still drunk up there at the dish or they're going to bench a couple of their main guys, which could be huge. Either way, it's a win in this late night game tonight in San Diego. And Pivetta, very, very green chart here. If you look at this chart, he's given up 7 hits in 2 of his last 3 starts. So it's not like he's trending, in the right direction here. But at home, I think he stops the bleeding and has a vintage Nick Pivetta gem. And what I'm expecting to be a very good outing against a hungover Brew Crew squad.
Sure, I'm in.
Okay. Dubs. Oof. Feels different seeing you put a Laporta square up there, man. I'll say it.
Samuel fucking against a team who, like on paper, should be so much better against tight ends than they have been, not just this year, of course. And it's been weird game scripts, I guess, both ways for them. But even like dating to last year, and they ran similar stuff. Like they have all the personnel to be a lockdown team against tight ends, but it's a little bit by design because they play man coverage a good bit more than they used to. And now you play like a lot of one high safety, which will probably change a little bit, being the fact that you have a team that wants to attack you deep with Amon-Ra and JMO. And you're going to have to give up what I think you want to give up if you're the Ravens, which is everything underneath to Jared Goff. Because as long as he doesn't beat you over the top, I think that's fine. So, like, I think this plays perfectly into exactly what the Ravens want to let you do. And I think Sam Laporta is going to have a lot. I don't know if it's going to be very deep. I think if you're Dan Campbell and what you've done with this offense, maybe it's more of a Ben Johnson thing, but you're going to want to send JMO, which a lot of this last year was kind of the issue with Laporta outside of the fact that he was also hurt. But like a lot of the short routes went to JMO, which I think at times capped his value. And like now you're sending JMO more on the deeper routes back to what he's really good at. And especially against this defense, so you want to stretch down the field. You're probably going to see him do a lot more of that. And of course, you're facing a really good matchup for Laporta as well. So I think you're getting dump downs. I think he's especially going to be in range for scoring touchdown when they get that too. So the meme is up and moving early for one of the first times in a while. And then Derrick Henry after shit game, didn't want to overcomplicate it, especially on prime time. got locked down by the Browns, who at this point, like the Browns, we know they're a great defense, but what they've done against running backs so far this year, I mean, it's just incredible. And not only did they do that against Derrick Henry, but they talked shit leading up to it and actually backed it up, which is crazy. Even though they got fucking blasted in the game, they somehow found a way to hold Derrick Henry down to one of his worst performances in a while. Coming
impressive.
back now, Lions defense, run defense, ain't the same Lions runs defense that we saw last year. It's a little more vulnerable and, like, again, tricky game scripts because they blew out the Bears and then they were kind of trailing. So, like, good matchup for Jacobs for a while, but the Packers are still kind of airing it out a little more. So what can you take from those games? I don't know that it's too much, but I've actually watched the games and I can tell you they don't look nearly as physical as it was last year. So I think in this game especially, where Derrick Henry's coming off a shit game, you want to feed him, of course. He's on prime time where he always grubs, and you're looking for that bounce back performance, not just from Derrick Henry, but from the team as far as a prime time big game goes. You feed your fucking guy. Also helps that the entirety of the Prize Picks user base last week was on his touchdown. I think that was the most popular square last week. Not a peep about it because he didn't score, as they won by 24, I think it was. Scored twice.
Okay. I can see it. Yeah, for the first time in maybe years, people aren't sprinting to the books. They're not sprinting to Prize Picks to back Derrick Henry to do something after a stinker of a game.
It's actually crazy. I was expecting, like, fully, not that nobody's on Derrick Henry to bounce back, because that's never the case, but like coming off of a shit game in prime time, I was expecting to see a lot more, but now it's nothing but Lamar rushing yards, Bateman receptions, and fucking Zay Flowers.
Shit, you're even seeing some DeAndre Hopkins receiving yards.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, that 1.5 receptions. I was like, dude, what? No Derrick Henry yards? No Derrick Henry fantasy scores?
I love the fantasy angle here. I don't hate that play from AB. Henry Tutty and Ravens ML plus 120. You get plus chick there. That might be a pretty decent two-piece, and you're really never hearing me say that because of how square that is. Back in the favorite and their best player to score a touchdown. But if there's one time to do it, knock on wood, might be today. Jovan, when you talk about Laporta, people listen. They want to know how you could play Laporta on the books if they don't have Prize Picks available. What are you taking, man? You taking his rushing receiving yards combo? You taking his rushing yards? What are you taking?
Receptions and touchdown.
Okay.
If I didn't feel like he was going to get in the end zone, I would not be taking the fantasy score.
But I did. I certainly like that 4.5 receiving yard square. And I like that they don't have a goblin half a reception up there for him or just a half a reception up there for him. They only have a 1.5 demon, trying to scare people off from taking it since it's a demon. So I'm in. I'm talking about Derrick Henry. Fuck. I was looking at Derrick Henry. Okay, you're taking Laporta?
Yeah, his normal square is 4.5 receptions.
Okay. My fault there. I was looking at Derrick Henry. Thinking about the king.
Yeah.
How would you take Derrick Henry on the books? Because they're also asking in the chat how you would back him if they don't have Prize Picks.
Well, I mean, it's a fantasy score. It's the same thing. I guess I would take his yards and the score twice.
Okay.
You obviously can't lay him the score once.
Okay.
But same form.
Okay.
And yeah, that combo touchdown is incredibly interesting.
Yeah, I was looking at him.
Laporta and Andrews, the two tight ends. Everybody and their mothers taking Mark Andrews unders. Nobody's really betting on him ever. Rightfully so, because he's fucking terrible and likely is back. No goods. But regardless, the two of them in a square is hilarious. Not back today.
He practiced limited all week and then was out, which was a little weird, but he's out this week. Probably back next week.
Well, Jay's perfect. That square is just.
Yeah.
Is just.
Feed the big man a tutty. Give him a handout tutty this weekend. Or tonight.
We don't need it for Mark. Mark can chill out, but Samuel J is up and moving.
I kind of like Mark to score a tutty there tonight. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I kind of did too. I mean, I don't know why he's in 2 separate touchdown combos.
2 of them.
It's weird.
I'll tell you why, because they want people not to take the fucking more thans on this.
Yeah.
Who wants to back Mark Andrews at this point? Not a soul. Could be a decent first touchdown sprint. Old man Mark.
Mark on primetime.
Give him some respect. The week before likely comes back. Let's not forget the chemistry there in the red zone from Lamar and Mark. We haven't seen it all season. Haven't seen it in a while. See if they can reignite the spark. Okay? All right. Why don't we hop in, get a squad ride up and moving? I don't want to jinx the squad ride. I want us to keep doing the same thing we've been doing. Jovan, stay hot. Goots, if you're around, if you're local, if you're not in Baltimore yet, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. All right, chat. Limited slate today. Quality over quantity on today's slate. Let's fucking cash a squad ride, rant dope. Why not us? Why not us, bro? Jovan, what's your favorite play today, man?
I would say far and away out of my 3 plays, it's the over in the Nats game.
Wow.
Far and away.
Wow. Okay. What are we doing with the Monday Night Football game tonight?
I don't know. I really don't. What's your feel on the team total? I know you're not thrilled with the Ravens, so I want to push that, but you're on the same side.
Careful. You choking up because you're so excited for the squad ride tonight? It's okay if you
I guess so, yeah.
It's making you emotional. I like this team total. I'm liking it more and more as the day's going on. I like this team total under for the first half. The one thing I'm worried about, does everybody have access to this play? I feel like they will by game time.
Take a peep.
Can you check your offshore and see if it's even up?
Let's take a quick look-see.
And I guess we're not really in a rush right now. There's no surge today?
I think there is, no?
Ooh. Let's go.
You didn't run the app, so if you went 0 for 3 on streams today, that would be disappointing.
Maybe he's thinking in baseball terms here. Just go 1 for 3. That'll get you in the hole.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Gibbs less than half a tutty. Crazy work, Krabs. Yep. Austin, you're not wrong. Chat, are you guys seeing this first half team total on the offshore? You have it?
I have it. 10.5.
No shot.
Yeah.
Dude. What are the odds on that? Just curious.
Minus 105 to the under, minus 125 to the over.
That's it?
Yeah.
The fuck? Okay, maybe we go baseball today then. Why don't we go quality over quantity today? I'll put my Padres first 5 in here, and we go 2 plays, 2 winners.
Love that.
No need to force gridiron. We like our plays. Sure, we're confident. That's why they're up there. But we're here to win, no matter what fucking sport it is. If it was a WNBA play, it's a WNBA play. Whatever hits. 2 plays, 2 winners. 2 plays, 2 winners, 2 minutes. 2 plays, 2 winners, 2 minutes. The brother G has 9.5 on his book. No shot.
Wow, that's nuck.
What does that make you think? Let me go therapist mode here. What does that tell you? What does that make you feel? That the offshores are only giving that to you at 10.5 with the over juicy.
It's probably not a great sign for the Lions offense in the first half.
Okay. All right. I mean, I locked it in a couple minutes before BTL. It's not even like I locked it in last night or like I locked it in early. I know it's different for me than, the offshore bettors. Obviously, I got more options up here right now where I can place the bets. So it's crazy. Kyle went 1.5 units at 13.5. Okay. Guys, get these votes in for the squad ride real quick. If you're in the YouTube, make your way over to the Twitch. I'm going to drop the link to the Sharp Report 4-man in the chat. There it is. Shout out Goots for selling Dave's MLB Goat Whale. No shot. Dude. Oh, no. Goots, you want to tell the people what bobblehead you're getting this week at the park? It's honestly kind of cool. Might not be a great time for that, but
at the O's game?
Big week for Goots. He's getting a nose bobble this week.
He's going to an O's game this week?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a baseball guy. Okay. Goots. Come on, Goots. That's a cool bobble. All right, Nats, Braves, over 7. Not a Heston bobble. It's an Adley golf bobble.
That's such a Goots bobblehead, man.
Kind of cool.
That might be the most Goots bobblehead of all time.
Kind of cool. Curdy Flirty can't vote, still banned. Oi. Well, then don't say fucked up stuff in the chat, Curdy Flirty. Try again, make a new account. Try again, make a new account. All right, chat. W stream today. Sorry for running over, Trent. Got to be better. W stream. Guys, stick around, please, for the Surge stream. Pitch Trent a winner. Lord knows he needs it. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same